how are you? Beardo Weirdo guys, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for all the love and affection that you're showering on us. Really overwhelming. Going by our series of discussions that we intend having in the next few weeks, today we're going to talk about something very, very important. The last 3 months has been really challenging for all of us. The start of the coronavirus, the economy going down, people losing jobs, people having pay cuts, businesses suffering, lockdowns. This has taken a toll on all of us. Yes, there are times when this comes in a little overwhelming for some of us where we don't know how to handle it. Where is this all affecting? Like they say, mind over matter. Mind is such an important part of our body. Unfortunately, what happens when I have a fever, I go to the doctor and say, hey, look, I've got fever. Please give me some paracetamol. Please give me a medicine. But at the same time, if I feel lonely, if I feel stressed, what do I do? How many of us come out in the open to talk about this thing called depression? Not many. Even now, people are worried to talk about that they are feeling a little lonely. We do not address mental health as an important aspect of our lives. From Beardo Weirdo, we're taking the first step to identify that mind is a very, very important part of our body and we need to take care of our mind. To help us address this, today we are here to meet Dr. Padmakshi Lokesh. Dr. Padmakshi Lokesh is a very leading psychologist who stays in our own Namma Bengaluru. And we are here to speak to her about what is it that is needed to help us overcome this problem. What are the stigmas attached? And a million other questions that you, my dear viewers, would have. We will take questions from all of you. You will see our scroll running, which will have details about where you need to send in your questions. Please do send in your questions. Your questions will be handled with the utmost privacy. You don't need to worry about that. This is a team. This is our commitment to ensure that this place will live it a little better than what we inherited. Thanks a lot, Dr. Padmakshi.
I would first like to thank you people for giving me this opportunity because not everybody feels like doing something like this. My kidney has to be nice. My liver has to be nice. My eyes have to be nice. That's all. See, that is not health at all. A complete health, if you take it in health per se, it's health by WHO itself defines health is a physical well-being, a mental well-being, emotional as well as a spiritual well-being of an individual. It is totally so many dimensions to health. I'll tell you statistics. Across the globe, 8 lakh people commit suicide every year.
My God.
People are now talking so much about COVID 19, health, and all that stuff. One day there are 10 people who died, one day there are 20 people because of COVID and all. Every day there are deaths due to suicide. How many of us even know it? So, on average, it's like every 48 to 50 seconds there is a suicide which happens across the globe.
Globally?
Globally.
Oh, God.
So, uh, it is not what you call mental health or suicide. I always talk about it. People say, why only talk about suicide? People are not ready to talk about death, but they will go in suicide. That is exactly the whole problem. Talk about it, come out of it. See, when childhood, if you say something about death or something like that, they'll scold. The elders will scold at home. Hey, don't talk like that. It is not good omen or something like that. But no. Talking about whatever emotions which come in your mind is very, very important. So at some point of time, please talk to somebody, anybody. It is not that you need to talk to your parents or your friends. Whatever emotions you have, negative emotions, just talk to somebody. Once by talking, it gets drained. Many don't understand that.
Okay.
They'll say that's part of the moment I felt this. You must have heard many people telling that's part of the moment I had felt it. I just happened to speak to somebody and I know today I laugh at it.
Okay.
So when these are all passing phase. When yesterday's happiness did not remain with me today, so definitely today's sadness will not be remaining with me tomorrow.
Wonderfully
This is
said.
something which we all need to understand.
Wonderfully
This is
said.
very, very important. So whatever it is, it's a passing phase. As we all are fighting this COVID, saying, "Don't worry, it's a passing phase." It can be 3 months, 6 months. We don't know. So the same thing happens with mental health too. Let us talk about it. WHO this time 2020's motto of WHO about depression and suicide is let's talk. The thing is concept is let's talk.
So just plain let's talk.
Just talk. See, by talking, you're let going your ego.
Correct.
That's very
Correct.
simple. And by talking, your emotions are coming out. By talking, you're believing somebody.
So that brings me to a very important point. Now, normally we have seen that people probably are a little more skeptical in speaking to their parents. but they are probably a little more open in speaking to their uncle, speaking to their friends. So, do you think that will have an impact? Because going by what it is, we all know parents are your best friends, and they always mean the best for you. Globally, universally, it's accepted.
It, see, now I'm very happy talking to you. It is my
Okay,
perception. It's my comfort zone. How my uncle or my aunt or my friend has treated me is very important.
okay,
So, 90%, 70%, whatever percentages are, people will consider my friends are your best friends. You need to talk to your family like that. Your parents are your best friends and all. So everything has its own individual perceptions. Somebody is very comfortable because during their growth phase, the uncle is more accessible than the father.
okay.
So they'll be very comfortable with the uncle. So whoever you are comfortable with, please communicate is the very important parameter I want to tell it.
No, is it also because, see, as a parent, so see, we all don different roles, right? So I'm a parent, and I'm also an uncle to somebody, and my friends' children, to them, I'm, oh, my dad's friend.
Right.
That's how it is. Now, sometimes I feel to myself, when my own child comes and asks me a problem, the way I would probably approach that problem
Will
would
be
probably be a little
different.
different from my friend's child coming and approaching the
We all
problem.
have different facets to life, has different faces to everybody. So probably if my child would have done a mistake, I'm not yet to forgive. So
Okay,
my uncle might forgive me thinking, hey, it's okay. So you
okay.
never know. So every way things are looked upon also is equally important. As a dad, you are is bit different as a friend's dad.
Okay.
Okay, your friends' children may come and tell you a lot of other things. So, but your child may not tell you. It's
True.
the way you will be reacting with the child.
Okay.
See, we may tell the whole world, be easy, go easy, and things like that. When it comes to us, we are
Okay.
not so very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is when people block themselves. That's when, oh, because he would have, that girl or the boy would have gone and told their problems to the father or the mother, they would have immediately reacted because it is their own, they will have their own prejudice ideas saying, if they do this, if they may become a spoiled brand, what is this way, what is that way? With all our prejudice, we react with our children. So
Okay.
that is the problem. So many children block themselves.
So what I hear you say is, as a parent, the first thing that you need to approach the problem when your child comes and tells you something, uh,
Listen to it.
listen to it.
That's very
Okay.
important. You're not every problem, you're not here to give solutions.
I was
Some
just
of
reading it. Yes, I was
some
just
of
reading
the
it somewhere.
yes, for some of the problems, you just need to listen. It is
True, true.
automatically a
They
solution.
say, a lot of, I see a lot of people saying that, look, she speaks so well, she's so convincing, she should become a psychologist, she'll study psychiatry. So, uh, so it is completely contradicting the real need. As a psychologist, I think you need to listen to the person more.
Basically, for you to someone to trust you, it's not how you speak which matters. It's the
Okay,
way you listen. That's very important. What happens is anybody tells anything, the first instant in his reaction is I want to say something.
okay,
No, that is not needed. First, listen. Okay, what's happening? Okay, what happened? There is something like this too. Everything is a new thing. We are parents, and no university gave us the degree as
degree.
parents. We
Okay,
became our parents once the children were born. So you are going to not get any graduation masters immediately. You master it only with your children. Once your child becomes a master in some subject, probably you will also become a master only
master.
then. So don't suddenly think I know everything. There are so many things we don't even know our children know. It's like
True.
technology. You just give a phone to your child, it'll operate much more better than. So you should tell, you're so knowledgeable. Acknowledge the child first for actually teaching you. None
Okay,
of us do that.
okay,
Because our elderly ego
okay,
will not accept it. Or I have to listen to.
okay.
Accept it. When somebody else tells it, you'll say, wow, look at that child. It is so intelligent. When your child tells it,
It
what's the
becomes a
problem?
true, true.
That's when the whole thing gets developed.
Okay.
Friendship. See, basically, the amicability with the parent is very, very important.
So we've seen, even when we are speaking to friends and things, the moment you say you have a problem, even before you narrate the
Yes.
problem, the person has a solution ready. So it happens. So do you think we should, as matured individuals, the first thing that we need to do when someone comes with a problem is just hear the problem out. Dear viewers, so this is the point. So if I can take doctor's permission, uh, what when someone comes and approaches you with a problem and says, hey, look, I have a problem and this is the situation I'm facing, don't rush with a solution. Hear it out.
Listen to it first.
Yes.
The first if you want to make a difference in the whole world, as you said here it out, if anybody in the world wants to make a difference, you cannot change the whole world. But for somebody's world, they're one individual, you can make a huge difference.
Okay.
Please listen to them. Motivation from an external resource. Thousands of motivational messages are there with you every day. Then why didn't those motivational messages give you the motivation to live? I'm sure the famous celebrity who just committed suicide a few days ago, don't you think his mobile would have so many
Received so many
motivational
messages.
messages? It would have. But he didn't have that motivation which he needed to survive.
Since we spoke about the celebrity, or I would like to call them as successful people, but famous people who are pure, probably in the society. They're well known, names are known, either in whatever field they are in. We've seen that substance abuse or the so-called depression is, yeah, is it high amongst those people who are well-known names in the society, or is it just that they get noticed? What is your thing? Does it affect a common man as much as it affects?
It affects everybody, irrespective of age, irrespective of sex, irrespective of social status, irrespective of education, irrespective of any part of the world.
Okay.
It affects anybody.
We are educating our children. We are telling our children how to be successful, how to handle. So, but the fact
To
is,
teach
life
them,
gives you more failures
so you have to
than
teach
successes.
them how to handle failures. So what I tell wherever I go, I tell everybody, listen, I'm not going to teach you how to become successful. I'm only going to tell you how to handle your life when you are failed.
Exactly, because there'll be
That's
more
it.
failures
Plain.
in life. There'll be more no's
How
in
many of
life.
us? So,
True,
love
true.
yourself is my famous word. I love it. I always tell everybody, love yourself.
In fact, just a couple of days back, I'd recorded a video, just my thoughts on this one, where I'd said exactly the same point. I told that, look, the what we forget to do is we all tend to forget that the most lovable, important, beautiful, wonderful person on this human being, on this
On this
world,
world,
is me.
myself. It's
How many of us spend time with
ourselves.
ourselves? We're constantly running behind this and that. So coming to that now,
Before you forget,
yeah, yeah.
you said successful names. Why Ambani and all? Why not Shrikar? Why not
In my own sphere,
in
yeah,
your
I
own
should consider
NIB?
Beardo Weirdo. Why
Weirdo
not
Weirdos.
NIB? Yeah,
So,
true, true.
first and foremost, identify who is in depression. And when they come to you, don't give them names.
As a kid, we've always associated, we've always said, hey, Ucha, hey, lose, hey, Pagal.
Exactly.
I've done it. So I still feel when someone tells an idea which is not
No,
agreeing
Ucha
with my
Pagal.
thoughts,
Hey, you
what an
weirdo.
idiot.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, so our own
It's
name
such
is
it's a
weird.
brand name and people love it.
Yeah.
Correct? So accept it.
So, how do you identify either to yourself or to your loved ones, to your friends, your family? How do you identify that probably this person needs
Help.
help, some professional help?
Any point of time in our lives, we would have definitely all undergone a depressive phases in life. People will give you information. There are somebody if they talk to you, your life would it's just going waste or something like that. Looks like nothing is happening in my relationship. Looks like I'm unable to do something to my children. Looks like that is happening like that. When they tell it to you, don't just ignore them. They're just giving you signals. Then don't overlook at it. Saying, hey, it's okay, man, don't worry, man, it's going to pass away and stuff like that. You need to talk to them. They'll be telling it to you. So listen to them. Basically sit with that person and make at least let that person feel मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं है at least तुम तो हो. Instead of telling somebody on FB, I am feeling sad.
Oh,
Go tell your friend I'm feeling sad.
don't Facebook your problem. Face it.
No,
Is that what you're
exactly.
saying? Yeah.
Life is not on a Facebook. Life is face to face. And face your problem.
If I go and tell my child that, look, we are going through a, challenging time now. There is a financial difficulty at home. Do you think it's right to tell the children about it?
By telling your child, see, listen, this is a situation and this is happening to me, and then we will come out of it. And you're discussing that way, then your child will also suddenly realize, oh, I should not be asking unwanted things to my dad because he has this problem. They'll also understand.
Okay.
So just imagine you don't tell your financial issue, and your child comes up with a need. You cannot even tell him directly, listen, I can't get this for you. So obviously you will how will you react? You say, get lost, listen, you don't even understand. So instead of that, this is better.
Okay.
Because your child knows, like, okay, my dad now cannot buy me a bike or a whatever that they ask for, those costly fancy phones, because he has an issue. I will be happy with whatever it is. See,
Okay.
by that, you're happy because you've told your problem to your child. You're also, the stress would have reduced.
Okay.
Just imagine you've not told your child. And then you feel, no, no, I'm a man like this. My ego will be hurt if I tell all these things. I will not tell anything to my wife and my child.
I'm also burning inside.
Yeah, you're burning. Just let it out. You just tell your wife, see, listen, lady, I cannot get you this costly saree and all these things because these are the conditions. Once it is done, definitely you are the one who's going to benefit out of it.
Sure.
So
Sure.
obviously she'll also understand. Everybody are human too.
Okay.
We are not doing. We are blocking ourselves only. So please don't block your emotions.
Okay. Let it
Don't,
flow out.
yeah.
When someone comes and tells that, look, I think things are not working out. I feel nothing is working out. Things are not working. So when they start telling like this, you feel yes, there is a potential problem over here. Uh, what if the person is not even expressive? If the person doesn't tell anything, is there any silent indication that come up?
He's not telling why because he has so much to tell. He does not know whom to tell, what to tell, from where it
So
was.
how do we identify? So the person, let's assume a person by himself is, as it's defined as introvert, someone who doesn't speak regularly. How do you identify that this person probably is going through some kind of a stress, some kind of a,
So you can see the changes. We tell them, I'll tell you the symptoms to see the changes.
okay,
So basically, if a person is feeling like crying without any reasons.
okay,
So example, now I've lost a phone. I will cry because I've lost a
there is a
phone.
reason.
There is a
Okay,
reason. And then now I'm just simply sitting. You're there. And then Ritesh is there. And then one more person might be sitting. I'm simply crying saying there's nobody with me. Does it make sense?
okay.
No. So, despite these people here, I'm not identifying them and telling them my problem. So, that is a problem.
I'm getting goosebumps when you're telling like this.
See, the issue is that one. Then they get irritated without reasons.
Okay,
Without reasons at all. See, example, I just touch you and you say, what the hell is this?
okay,
See,
okay.
that is example, we are getting late. I'm running, and then the whole house knows I'm getting late and I'm running. But they still come and tell you, no, listen, come and sit down and have a cup of coffee and go. Then you have reasons to get irritated. Listen, I'm
Correct.
already late.
True, true.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But here I just sit next to you and I say, you are like suddenly looking there. I say, just trigger. You're like, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? You just suddenly overreact. Sudden agitations, sudden irritations without reasons. These are all signs of mental
Indication
illness,
that there is
indications.
an
And
issue.
then,
Thanks so much. Thank you so very much. Thanks so much. So, catch you on the next episode. We will be talking about these topics. Please do write into us with your suggestions, with your questions, and we'll answer all of them. Thanks so much.